Hi guys, welcome. So this is Silent Hunter 5 with the Wolves of Steel mod pack installed, which changes this game completely. All icons removed off maps, etc. So full navigation required. Position fixes using the sun and stars. Manual targeting using a range angle off the bow finder or an attack disc, or a quick 90 solution. And another side of that is decoding messages sent from the BDU, which is the Kriegsmarine headquarters for U-boats, using an M4 Enigma machine, which we're going to run through now. So if you've ever been interested in how the Enigma works and the code books, keep watching. I hope you enjoy it and you learn something. Okay, so we're going to head down to the radio room, grab our Enigma machine. Okay, out of the way. Righto, here's our Enigma machine and our message from the BDU. Now I'm going to freeze frame it and we're just going to run through this message here so we can tell that it's come from the BDU, that it was created at 1535 on the 9th of March 1944, and that there are 16 four-letter groups in the message, so we can tell we've got the whole message. Now the first two four-letter groups are repeated at the end of the message. This is your message indicator group. It's created using a bigram table which switches reciprocal pairs of letters. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to take those first two groups and we're going to write them as pairs vertically down the page. So we've got ZI, LH, EQ and IU. Okay, we're going to unfreeze it now. We're going to go back to our Enigma machine. We're going to change the date to 1944. So that's the first important step. Make sure you've got the year right. Okay, so now we open up our substitution table chart. And we're going to find the month of the message, which is March, and that'll tell us we're in MER table. So we close that and we select MER in this heading here, and we'll open up the substitution table. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And now we're going to substitute those pairs. So ZI becomes VA, LH becomes QE, EQ becomes KQ, and IU becomes JI. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to make two new four-letter groups. This time though we're going to go from top to bottom, left column to right. So we're going to have VQKJ as the first indicator group and AEQI as the second. Okay, so we're going to take the first four-letter group from our substituted group and we're going to drop the first letter, which is the V. So we're going to drop the V off that group. Now we're going to open up our groups book. Open that, go to groups list, look for QKJ, and that's going to give us a number 637. I'm going to write that number down. Now that number is going to give us our network group. So now we can go to allocation list for indicator groups and we find out what network group 637 fits in. We can see here that's network group Tibet, and that's going to give us the area of operation for this network. So now we go to cipher areas and we look up the location, Indian Ocean, Pacific and other distant waters. So if this message wasn't for us, we wouldn't have to decipher it. So now we're going to open our envelope. We're going to select network group Tibet. set it to the month of the message, which is March, and the year 1944. We open this up, and this is going to give us the internal settings for our Enigma machine with our wheels and rings. So on this one here, we go to our day, it's the 9th, the message. First one is beta, set to A. Now these wheels, there's 2 Greek wheels, beta and gamma, and then there's 8 code and ring wheels. The first one is wheel 5, and we're going to set that to O. The second one is 4, that's set to V. And lastly, wheel 6, that's set to G. Now we select the second table sheet, and this is going to give us external settings for the Enigma machine using the plug board. So select the day again, and we're going from left to right. We're going to link the numbers on the plug board. Start pairing the plugs in sequence for that day. So this is only valid for the day. When we're finished with the plug board, we're going to close it again, and then the last 4 letters in that last column, we're going to set them using the rotor thumb wheels at the top here. Oh, that's for the day as well. Okay, we can close that. Now we're going to open up the notepad, and we're going to type that last 4-digit group or 4-letter group, and we're going to get a new 4-letter indicator group that we're going to set our Enigma machine to. Now this is what we've been hunting for all along. After we've put in this new 4-letter indicator group, we're ready to type the rest of our message. Now this message, they're sent in a shorthand form, so once we've finished typing it out, we sort of have to work out what they're trying to say, and then we'll type that in the right hand column here. So not the world's fastest typer, but we don't want to make a mistake, because once we've hit one of those key letters, the sequence wheels have rotated, and even if I was to rub out that letter on the notepad and keep continuing, that message is going to be completely jumbled up after that, so we'd have to go back and completely reset that whole Enigma machine again, so we don't want to make a mistake. Okay, so that's our message deciphered, so I'm going to write the message up here on the right hand side. Resupply ship break is available. (1,000 kilometers). Southeast of Mauritius. Now, sometimes these will also include a lat and a long location. So that's it, guys. That's how we decode messages sent from the BDU. You can see why it was so important to get hold of an Enigma machine and the code books and break the code. It certainly changed the course of the Battle of the Atlantic. I hope you enjoyed the video and you learnt something. Cheers.